What's up, family, and happy April the 1st. Now be careful of people playing jokes on you guys today. But my name is Trill, and we have some updated states being approved for the April emergency allotments. We are finally in the month of April today, so these checks will start going out moving forward. Now I know some of you are still waiting on your March benefits to be paid out, but I have a list of those states that are still needing to pay their March allotments in April. So in addition to that, guys, we have some good news as one state is considering a 30-day grocery tax holiday. Now, this is where you would be able to suspend the state and the local grocery sales taxes applied to your purchases. We also have two states highly interested in doing this for low-income households. And last but not least, guys, we do have some information regarding some $250 rebate checks. I'm going to tell you guys all about it today. So if you're interested in any of these topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to it. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Okay guys, before we get started, I wanted to remind you about the free $100 that you can get within a couple of weeks. Chime Bank is now offering new customers free $100 if you sign up using a referral code and then setting up a direct deposit from your employer. Now, once you reach a total of $200 direct deposited into your Chime account, you will immediately get an additional $100 deposited as well. I actually did this a few weeks ago to verify that everything was legit, and I received my $100 the same time that I met my $200 threshold. So if you have income and you want to receive this free $100, sign up today using the link down below, and then go ahead and share your link with your family and friends so that they can benefit as well. And please don't forget to set up your direct deposit as soon as possible. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Okay guys, let's go ahead and start this video off with the March states that are behind and typically pay their March benefits in April. Now, these are only the ones that pay the benefits 1 month later. And so far, they are: California is going to be on April the 16th, Hawaii, April the 12th, Kansas, April the 15th through the 24th, Massachusetts, April the 4th, Minnesota, April the 5th through the 28th, and Vermont is going to be on April the 14th. And those are the remaining March allotments that will pay in April. Now, let's go ahead and go over the new state approvals for April. We just received several more states, and they are Alabama, April the 29th, Alaska, April the 30th, Colorado, April the 6th through the 11th, DC has been approved on the regular issuance date, Georgia, April the 27th through the 30th, Illinois, April the 21st through the 29th, Indiana, April the 5th through the 23rd, Maine, April the 8th, Michigan, April the 16th through the 25th, New Hampshire, April the 3rd and the 15th, and on May the 3rd and the 20th. New Jersey, April the 1st through the 5th, North Carolina, April the 22nd through May the 1st, Ohio, April the 27th, Oregon, April the 11th, and then a cleanup day on the 28th, Pennsylvania, April the 16th through the 29th, Rhode Island, April the 3rd, South Carolina, April the 2nd, Virginia, April the 16th, Washington, April the 1st through the 2nd, and then staggered through the 20th, West Virginia, April the 5th, and then a final run on May the 10th, Wisconsin is going to be on April the 23rd, and then a catch-up day is going to be on June the 11th. For Wyoming, it's going to be on April the 2nd through the 5th. And those are the latest states receiving approval for the April allotments. We should start receiving the remaining states sometime next week, so make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss out on any future updates. Now, before we go any further, guys, I wanted to remind you guys that you can still get the Amazon Prime membership at a discounted rate. If you receive any government assistance program such as EBT or WIC program, you are eligible to get the Amazon Prime membership at a rate of just $6.99 per month, which is half the normal cost. And if you don't know whether or not you want to go ahead and get the Prime membership, you can always try it out for free for 30 days. That way you can try out the groceries being delivered, as well as receiving unlimited free movies, TV shows, unlimited music streaming, and you can receive free shipping and a selection of free books and magazines. So guys, if you're interested, that link will be down below. Okay guys, moving on. Let's go ahead and talk about the pandemic EBT program. We are still receiving more approvals for the PEBT or the pandemic EBT program, and this is where the USDA is providing benefits to students who are unable to attend school for reasons like when school districts were closed during the pandemic or when schools went to a hybrid program. These particular benefits were actually approved for the 2021 through 2022 school year, and more states have been applying for these benefits and being approved as of recently. So let's go ahead and go over all of the states that we have so far and when you can expect to receive those benefits to be paid out. So far, we have Colorado. They will have 2 payments. One is going to be in June and one in August. And then Delaware will have monthly payments that actually started in February and will go through June. Florida was added to the list and they will have monthly payments that's starting this month in April. We also have Illinois had their first payout back in March, and future payments will be on a monthly basis. Indiana had their first payment in December, and all of the future payments will be on a monthly basis. Kentucky was just approved, and their first payment will be in May, and then they will provide monthly payments on the 25th of each month going forward. Louisiana is starting to issue monthly payments that started in March, and those will go out through the month of June. Massachusetts was just approved. They will issue a lump sum on April the 25th, and then monthly payments will be going out on the 25th of each month. For Michigan, had its first payment in March. The next one will be in April, and then another payment will be in May. Minnesota had its first payment in March. The second payment will be in April, and then the third payment will be in July. Nebraska was just approved, and it has 4 payments on April the 20th, May the 19th, June the 16th, and August the 16th. Nevada has filed for an amendment to their plan. They were approved, but they're still waiting on the dates for the payouts to actually occur. For New Mexico, they will have 4 payments at the end of January, at the end of April, at the end of June, and at the end of July. North Carolina had its first payment in January, and the rest of the payments will be on a monthly basis. We also have Ohio. Their first payment went out in November, and future payments will come on the 1st of every month. Puerto Rico was approved. They will have monthly payments that started in February. And then we also have Rhode Island, already had 4 payments that went out in February, which covered for their months of September through December. And then the second payment should have come in March. Tennessee will have multiple payments. They're going to be on May, July, and in August. And Texas was approved, and it will have 2 payments. The first payment will be in April, and the second payment will be in early August. For Utah, they will have 3 payments, one in May, one in June, and another payment in July. Vermont will have 2 retroactive payments, but we don't necessarily have the dates of when they will actually go out. I think personally that one will be in May and another payment will be in June, but I'm still trying to verify that information. And for Virginia, the payments will be issued every month on the 25th. West Virginia was just approved, and it will have its fall payments coming the first week of April, and the spring payments will come at the end of April, and the rest of the payments will be sometime in July. For Wisconsin, they had its first payment at the end of March, and then another payment will come at the end of April, and those are the approved states for the PEBT 3.0 program for the 2021 through 2022 school year. But anyways, guys, I hope all of that information was helpful to you today. In other news, guys, Tennessee lawmakers are debating whether or not they want to go ahead and issue a 30-day grocery tax holiday. And right now they are asking for more permanent solutions in addition to the grocery tax holiday as well. Chattanooga, Tennessee, Governor Lee wants to ease the burden on families that are hit hard by inflation, and he's targeting your grocery bills. But is a few dollars every month enough to make a real difference is the question. Some lawmakers say no to that question and question whether or not more permanent relief is actually needed. Now, the governor of Tennessee, Bill Lee, announced his proposal for a 30-day suspension of state and local grocery sales taxes to provide direct financial relief to Tennesseans amid the surging inflation nationwide. Now, the state says that this month-long reprieve will save Tennesseans Tennesseans $80 million in both local and state grocery sales taxes. And on this past Tuesday, guys, the Department of Finance and Administration Commissioner Butch Eli spoke before lawmakers, and he said that some lawmakers today raised questions asking whether or not a grocery tax is the best way to provide that short-term relief for its residents in the state of Tennessee. And in response, the commissioner told lawmakers that in proposing a month-long grocery tax holiday, the administration looked at the gas tax and found that the grocery tax would be a better relief for Tennesseans. So that's pretty interesting. I would think that you would actually save more money on the gas tax versus on the grocery bill tax, but I guess pretty much everyone spends majority of their money buying groceries depending on exactly how large your family is. So this is some good news that the governor in Tennessee is trying to do a little bit of something for its residents in the state, but we do have another state, which is Idaho. And yes, their governor actually signed a grocery sales tax bill this week, guys. Yes, this is some good information because the Idaho governor, Brad Little, has signed into law a $20 increase in the amount that Idaho residents can recover on taxes that are paid on food through the grocery sales tax credit. Now, the Republican governor signed last week the measure that boosts the annual maximum credit from $100 up to $120 for people under the age of 65 years old, and from $120 up to $140 for people over the age of 65 years old. Now, this particular change does take effect starting with food purchases in 2023. Now, the increased grocery tax credit cuts about $32 million from the state's revenue that they bring in, and that will be made up by tapping into a fund that collects online purchase sales taxes in the future. Now, this particular measure actually passed in the House and in the Senate. An opponent said that this particular increase was not enough money to cover the increasing cost of food, as well as sought to have the grocery tax eliminated entirely. So guys, we have two states that are working towards this grocery sales tax, in which Boise, Idaho has actually already signed it into law, but Tennessee is still working with lawmakers trying to actually pass that grocery tax holiday, and that is going to be good for at least 30 days. So that means you would save on your sales and your federal taxes on your grocery bills for an entire month of 30 days. So I hope that information was helpful to you. But in addition to that, guys, we do have another state that is including $250 tax refunds. Governor Kemp just signed a 2022 state budget, which is going to include $250. Now, the governor of Atlanta, Georgia, Brian Kemp, officially signed the amended 2022 budget Wednesday morning, which includes his proposed tax refunds. But before he actually signed the bill, he took the time to bring up some of his talking points from the State of the State address almost verbatim in an effort to show that he's followed through on his promises ahead of the primary, which is the election, guys. Now, he said that instead of his typical spot at the Capitol's North Staircase, a dozen local and state officials filed into the governor's ceremonial office to watch him put pen to paper on the $54 billion budget, with $30 billion from state revenue and another $24 billion in federal funding. Now, this package includes $5,000 pay increases for university and state employees, and the remaining $2,000 bonuses for teachers, and fully restores the quality basic education budget cuts that they removed back in 2020. Yes, Bibb County School Superintendent Dr. Curtis Jones, who's retiring in June, was there for the signing. And as you know, the most important thing for students to learn is a great teacher. They said that we've had a hard time keeping teachers over the past 24 months. We have had some who want to leave, and I believe that this budget will help us tell them that we value them and we want them to stay in our classrooms and in our communities. On top of dropping several $100 million on raises for public employees, the budget also includes $1.5 $1.6 billion to be split into individual tax refunds, which is a promise that he first made back in January. So now, guys, he just signed this particular bill this week, which is his 2022 budget, and he gave almost the exact same remarks as he previously did back in January to let the people know that he is keeping his word on what he stated previously, so that you can obviously make sure that you go and vote for him in the midterm elections that are coming up. But again, guys, this is some good news for the state of Georgia. You will be receiving the $250 tax refunds, and it looks like teachers will be receiving an increase in their pay as well as others. So that is some good news. They are trying to do at least a little bit of something for their residents in their state of Georgia. So that is always good to hear, guys. We continue to see more and more states providing different types of stimulus relief aid or stimulus checks or tax refunds or gas refund or rebates, all of those types of things, guys. And again, most of these states are continuously trying to do something while we continue to wait for the federal government to actually do something in regards to a fourth stimulus check. But again, guys, this is some awesome news. And like always, guys, I hope all of this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, that's all we have for you today, but don't forget about the Amazon Prime membership for free for 30 days if you want to go ahead and try that out. And don't forget about the free $100 that you can receive from opening up a Chime bank account online. It's free money, guys. But anyways, these are just a few things that I also support and I've done myself and I approve of on this channel. And while you're at it, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Mr. Budget Bill, as well as go ahead and subscribe to my new YouTube channel to show your support. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like this video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.